Hello guys, how are you doing? The other day I was talking to a friend that it's starting to get involved in mining and he was asking me about resources and reserves, and I realized that sometimes for the people that it's coming into the industry it's a bit confusing. So I would like to show you this web page. It's very easy to access, and this is the web page from the Committee for Mineral Reserves International Reporting Standards. So the reporting standards will tell you how to report and how to express your resources and your reserves in probably most of the countries that require a standard. So this web page is fantastic. You can come here to the bottom on the right and you will see that there are all the national reporting standards under this link. Here you can access and you have the standards from the United States, the ones from Brazil, the one from Canada, the one from Chile, for example, Kazakhstan, Australia, South Africa, Europe, and some others. Here I have open for you the one that it's from Australasia, and here you can see some definitions about mineral resources and mineral reserves, and this is a very complete one that I would really suggest you to check out. The other one is the one that it's from Canada, the CIM definition standards for mineral resources. So to make it simple and very quick for you, what is a mineral resource and what is a mineral reserve? First of all, we need to know that there has to be drilling involved. If there is no drilling involved, there is no way that we are going to have a mineral estimate, and that means that we cannot calculate or estimate a mineral resource or a mineral reserve. So if I have a project that only have some surface samples, there is no way that this project will have mineral resources or mineral reserves. We need to drill the deposit to understand how it's that deposit in 3D to say if there is some mineral resource down there. So resources is going to answer pretty much to the question, how much ore do I have, how much mineral do I have in my deposit, is there any continuity in my deposit, and what is the size of this deposit that I'm drilling, that I have there in my project. So reserves will answer on the other side to the questions related mostly to if the deposit is mineable, if it's economical to extract the mineral there, and if it's going to survive to the changes of price in time or to some other considerations. So as more as we know about our mineral deposit, more we can, let's say, calculate with some accuracy how much is our size and how much it's going to be extracted from there. And then if we apply some modifying factors that are all these economical factors related to the extraction and to the prices and to the markets, then we will have finally reserves. So resources answer to quantity and continuity, that's what they will tell us about our deposit, and reserves will tell us about the feasibility in economical and technical terms for the extraction of that mineral that we have down there on our project. So resources are classified in infer, indicated, and measured, and reserves are classified into probable and proven. As you can see, when I incorporate these modifying factors, so when I incorporate market prices, when I incorporate all the mining parameters into my resource, I can convert them into reserves. But only and only I will be able to convert indicated into probable reserves and measured resources into proven reserves. Sometimes measured resources can be converted into probable reserves. Inferred resources are set aside because the certainty that I have about that deposit, about that resource, is not enough for me to apply modifying factors and then to convert it into reserves. So I have some idea of what I have down there on Earth, but not enough certainty to apply the modifying factors and tell if it's going to be feasible or not to extract. So some examples here about that. For example, this is a clip from one of the slides from Snowline Goldcorp corporate presentation, and here on the lower left you can see the resource chart and how they have the different categories. So they have the indicated resources and the inferred resources. They state what's the size of the deposit, that's the tonnage, and they state what's the grade of mineral that they have in this tonnage. Therefore, you can calculate, or they will tell you here, what's the contained amount of metal that they have in this tonnage. So that's in this case the contained gold for the indicated resources and the inferred resources, and these two cannot be added one to the other. So on the next example, this is an excerpt for a PDF from Landing Mining from their mineral resource estimate, and here you can see that for the different sites that they have, they state the category, the tonnage, and the grade of the different elements that they will have in the deposit, and also they will state what's the contained metal for each of those sites and for each of those categories of resources. Here the measured are in one line, the indicated are the other line, and then they add a measured and indicated one with the other, and they give you a value here for each of those parameters. Infer on the other side, it's stated aside, is not added to measure and indicated. You cannot add infer into measure and indicated. So I hope that this is helping you to understand a bit more about resources and reserves, and if you have some questions, please ask them here on the channel or make some comments, and please just don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.